Wow. Thank you. So last night was NXT TakeOver War Games. What a show they put on, huh? Yeah. War Games was great. NXT TakeOvers always steal the show. But now, Survivor Series. Is it going to top it? Probably not. Why are we here, though? You know why we're here. Let's go over the match card and my predictions. We all know that Survivor Series is the one time a year where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. The commentators remind us that almost every 30 seconds of every broadcast, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, whatever, we hear it all the time. It's etched in our brains. So just for that, in this video, if you have a drink with you, water, soda, liquor, don't recommend it because you might die by the end of this video, but every time you hear that quote, the one time a year that Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition, I want you to take one sip. So here we go, 32nd year of Survivor Series. 32nd year of Survivor Series. It's the one time a year where SmackDown and Raw will go head-to-head in competition. So right now there are 8 matches listed on the card, including the pre-show, pending any changes. I don't know, we filmed this segment on Tuesday. So if anything happens from Tuesday until Sunday morning, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go with what I have listed right here. Okay, so here we go. So we all know that the kickoff show is gonna be the Tag Team Survivor Series traditional elimination match. It's not 5-on-5, it's 5 teams against 5 teams. So it's gonna be 10 people in the ring. One person from your team gets eliminated, your tag team partner gets eliminated. It's just how it goes. Representing Raw, we have team captains Bobby Roode, Chad Gable of the Revival. B team, go, go, go! We have Lucha House Party, and we have Connor and Victor from the Ascension representing Raw. On SmackDown side, we have team captains the Usos, and as their partners, we have the New Day, Primo and Epico Cologne. We have the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and then we also have Sanity. So that's your team right there. 5-on-5, 10-on-10, 11-on-11, 30-on-30. So going to be a lot of people in the ring. Who do I think will win, or who do I want to win? Just based on the names listed, I am going to go with Team SmackDown easily. You know, me personally, I was thinking that the Usos, them and the New Day, they didn't even need to pick other tag teams to help with them. I thought that the 5 of them can take on the 10 people from Raw all on their own, but it's whatever. So that's who I'm going with, Team SmackDown. Because this is the one time a year where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. And then now here we are, the main card. I'm just going to go over the remaining 7 cards. I don't know what order they'll be in, what's going to start the show, what's going to main event. I'm just going to go down the list of what I have here, so bear with me here. We were just talking about the 5-on-5 or the 10-on-10, whatever, tag team match that's going to be on the kickoff show. So next, let's talk about the Raw Tag Team Champions and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Let's talk about Authors of Pain versus The Bar, because this is the one time a year where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Who do I think will win, or who do I want to win? It's a toss-up right now. AOP is looking really strong right now on TV. They just captured the Tag Team Championships from Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose last week on Raw. Was it last week on? Was it this week? It was last week on Raw. Not this week, not the Go Home Raw. It was last week on Raw where they beat him in the handicap match. I want to see something different. Normally I would say I want Sheamus and Cesaro to win, but with the momentum that AOP has right now, and just because their call-up to the main roster hasn't been quite as monstrous as their run in NXT, I want to see something different. I want to see AOP get the victory and see where we go from there on Monday Night Raw. Next match, again, not in particular order. Let's go with the Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins from Raw and the United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura from SmackDown when they go one-on-one. For the first time ever, this match has a lot of hype. I personally think that this match could steal the show on Survivor Series because, you know, it's the one night a year where Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head in competition. I like both these guys. I want to say I want Seth Rollins to win this match for Monday Night Raw, but I have a feeling that Dean Ambrose is going to come in, play some sort of role in this match, interfere, and give Nakamura the victory. That's just my guess. Now let's talk about the traditional match with the women, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. You got 5 women from Raw, 5 women on SmackDown. It's the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Representing Raw, we have, led by team captain Alexa Bliss, who's not competing in it due to injury still. Who did Alexa pick? We have Mickie James, Tamina, Nia Jax, which I'll get into that later. We have Natalya, and we have Ruby Riott. Those are the 5 representing Raw. Who are the 5 representing SmackDown on the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition? We have 4 people. As of right now, like I said, we filmed this on Tuesday. Who knows if that 5th slot is going to get filled up? We'll get to that. Why is there only 4 people instead of 5? We have Carmella, we have Asuka, we have Naomi, and we have Sonya Deville. 4 out of 5. The 5th member was Charlotte, but she's in the match later. We'll get to that later. So you guys are probably wondering, who do I think is going to take up the 5th spot? It's a toss-up. Who's left on the SmackDown roster? We got both the Iconics, Mandy Rose. Who am I forget? Lana. I'm going to go ahead and throw a curveball in there with NXT TakeOver taking place the night before. I want to see somebody from NXT get called up and become the surprise 5th entrance. We'll see. Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, maybe Nikki Cross makes another one-off appearance after her appearance last week. But in all honesty, who knows, it could be. Maybe Mandy Rose. Who do I think will win this match?
One eternity later.
I am going to go with, let's go with Team SmackDown for this one. So here's the thing. We all know that Becky Lynch is injured. She suffered a concussion and a broken nose from that elbow or that stiff arm from Nia Jax. We all know it was an accident. I know a lot of people are mad about it, myself included. I was really looking forward to that Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey match, because Becky's so over right now with the crowd. She's just on top of the world. She's the man. I don't know if Nia Jax has heat for what she accidentally did to Becky Lynch, but I kind of have a feeling she's going to get eliminated first or quickly. Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that's by watching Survivor Series itself this Sunday. It's the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Next, let's talk about a match that's not even pitting Raw versus SmackDown on the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Let's talk about what's going on in 205 Live. We've got the Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy defending the title against Mustafa Ali. I am looking forward to this match. I thought that Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander threw the house down at Super Showdown a couple weeks back, a month ago. With this match being on the main card, I'd like to see 205 Live get a lot more exposure and getting more people tuned into it. Who do I pick? I want Buddy Murphy to retain the title. Mustafa Ali has been in the roster for a long time. Sure, he deserves a title match. He should have it soon, but, you know, with the momentum and how on fire Buddy Murphy has been the last few weeks, let's have him keep it. I don't want to see him lose it right away. Kind of like how in the beginning when TJP, Brian Kendrick, all those guys were losing the title within a few weeks. I don't know. I want to see longer title reigns in the Cruiserweight division in 205 Live. Next, let's talk about the match that should have main evented pending an injury. We have Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, against Charlotte, who is not the SmackDown Women's Champion. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Becky Lynch. But thanks to Nia Jax, she's injured. So this past week on SmackDown, Becky Lynch herself chose Charlotte to take her place in the match against Ronda Rousey. And who do I think will win? It's a tough one. Of course, I was really pulling for Becky Lynch. I think everybody was pulling for Becky Lynch to win this match. Had that match not changed originally in the first place, Charlotte ended Asuka's streak at WrestleMania. Could she end another one at... I almost said Evolution. Can she end another one at Survivor Series against Ronda Rousey? It's the one time a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. After the SmackDown women ambushed the Raw women this past Monday night on Raw, I want to see some sort of finish where the SmackDown women come in and cost Ronda Rousey the match. I know it might be a little too early still to kind of end her winning streak. They might hold off until WrestleMania. They might end it now. They might have ended it originally if Becky was still in the match, but you know, we'll never know. Hopefully we get that match at Mania. I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say Charlotte will be my pick to win this match at Survivor Series against Ronda Rousey. It's the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. Next, we have the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, this time featuring the men. Representing Raw, we have Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and my man, Bobby Lashley. On SmackDown side, you got team captain The Miz, you got Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio. Jeff Hardy was just added into the match this past Tuesday on SmackDown, replacing Daniel Bryan, which we'll get to later. And rounding out Team SmackDown, the fifth member on their team is the WWE World Cup winner and the best wrestler in the world.
Don't say that!
We have Shane McMahon. Raw, in my opinion, has the advantage, but also Raw has won the last 2 years in the Survivor Series match when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition every year at Survivor Series. So I'm going to say we're going to do some even booking. I'm going to say SmackDown pulls up the upset and wins. Who's going to be the survivors of this match? I don't know. And then the other match that we can't forget, it's pinning the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar against the new WWE Champion. That's right, the new WWE Champion, Daniel Bryan. AJ Styles' championship reign ended at 371 days. He dropped it to Daniel Bryan this past week's edition of SmackDown. So then, instead of getting that match 2 years in a row at this year's Survivor Series, where Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition, so now we have Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan in this year's Survivor Series, the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Who do I think will win? Honestly, it's a toss-up right now. I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan. Have I enjoyed his booking since coming back from his 3-year injury? It's questionable, really. I'm glad that he's back. I'm stoked that he's back. Do I like the storylines he's been involved in? It's honestly, I don't know. I was going to pick AJ Styles to win this match had that match stayed the same, but since the change this past Tuesday, now I don't know. But I have to choose a winner. Brock Lesnar, sure. So those are my picks for Survivor Series this year, the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Like I said, these prediction videos, I'm not really the best at getting my picks correctly. For some reason, I got Evolution picks. I got 5 or 6 out of the 7 matches correctly. That was just pure luck. Survivor Series, the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition, it can go anyway. There's a lot of main eventers and mid-carders who were left off the card who I think should have been in it, but who knows? I'm just a fan, just like you guys. Who do you guys think will win each match? Leave your answers below in the comments. Also, I want to give a shout out to 113 member Johnny Ross for this Small Town Titans t-shirt. This is his band, great music. Go give them a listen. Follow them on social media, listen to their songs. Also, if you enjoyed this movie, give it a like. If you give it a dislike, I don't care. My feelings won't be hurt. Have you guys seen my Women's Royal Rumble reaction video? So those are my picks for Survivor Series 2018, the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head in competition. Again, if I missed any matches, I apologize. I filmed this thing on Tuesday, right after watching SmackDown. I hope you guys enjoy Survivor Series. I'll see you next month for Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, December's pay-per-view. Hopefully you guys all enjoy Survivor Series. I'll see you guys next video.